One of the ways to spot your life partner is you will notice that you have peace with this person. I will like to warn that even if you seem to just meet a person and you feel he or she is the one for you, it is still very much advisable to stay a while and learn things about the person. When you've found the one, the relationship just flows. You understand each other's viewpoints and perceptions and either accept them or feel the same way. If a relationship is characterized by conflict, strife, or butting heads regularly, that likely tells you the compatibility is not there. You will notice that everything flows easily with the person. I'm not saying you may not get into frictions, but you will always find a way around it. If you're constantly troubled about a person, you are constantly anxious about such a person, maybe you should sit back and think through. Besides, the Bible says we should not be anxious for anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication, let our request be made known unto God. No one should make you anxious or worried. God does not make us anxious or worried. Why should anyone else do that to you? Another way to spot your life partner is when you notice that this person cares for you without conditions. It is easier, especially in this generation, for one to feel the kind of love for another, but what is not common to get someone who loves you the God kind of way, without conditions or anything attachment, someone who loves you according to what the Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 to 8. Love endures long and is patient and kind. Love never is envious, nor boils over with jealousy, is not boastful or vainglorious, does not display itself haughtily. It is not conceited, arrogant and inflated with pride. It is not rude, unmannerly, and does not act unbecomingly. Love, God's love in us, does not insist on its right or its ways, for it is not self-seeking. It is not touchy or fretful or resentful. It takes no account of evil done to it. It pays no attention to a suffered wrong. It does not rejoice at injustice and unrighteousness, but rejoices when right and truth prevail. Love bears up under anything and everything that comes, is ever ready to believe the best of every person. Its hopes are fadeless under all circumstances, and it endures everything without weakening. Love never fails, never fades out or becomes obsolete or comes to an end. As for prophecy, the gift of interpreting the divine will and purpose will be fulfilled and pass away. As for tongues, they will be destroyed and cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. It will lose its value and be superseded by truth. When you notice someone cares and loves you, then it's an indication that he or she is your life partner. He or she will love you irrespective of who you are or what you have down, especially in the past. When a person is your life partner, he or she will not even bring up the past because past is in the past. And also, old things have passed, and behold, everything has become new. You deserve to be treated like the king and priest that you are. Another way to spot your life partner is the pattern and level of his or her sacrifice for you. You do not deserve to be with someone selfish and conceited. Instead, watch their life and how much they sacrifice for you. The Bible says in John chapter 3 verse 16, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, have everlasting life." God sacrificed his only Son for you and me. If the person lives like God, he or she will be able to sacrifice for you. You can spit your life partner through the sacrifices he or she makes, not just for you, but also the relationship and the people close to you or the person. It's not only when a person is good to you alone that you will that he or she is the right one. Notice how he treats the people close to him. Another way to spot your rib or your life partner is through God and his word. No one knows a man like the way Christ does. You cannot completely know someone until you have learned from the Father. It's like buying a television set. You will need a manual and understand how it works. That is the same way. You need to go back to God for you to know who your life partner is. The Bible says we should ask and it shall be given. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. So go back to God with your heart's desires if you want to spot your life partner among many individuals. Because a lot of people these days can go to any length to deceive people and make them fall into traps that could have been avoided. Another thing that you can do is to be kind. If you're dating to find a life partner, show your best self. Don't try to dominate or play mind games with your date. Putting your date down or talking critically of others on a date will show your date that you're insecure or cruel. Even if you have a sense you might not want to go on a second date, do your best to enjoy the date you're on. Treat your date well. Even if you won't meet again, he or she still deserves your polite and friendly attention. Another thing that will help you spot your life partner is to stay positive. For instance, if you're looking for healing, you will not be skeptical or doubt the faithfulness of God. Instead, you will put your faith all out. This is the same way you need to put yourself all out and be positive about finding the right one who is made for you. There is one who is best suited for you out there. All you need to do is stay positive that at the right time you will spot your life partner. Lastly, you need to trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Just like the Bible says, you should trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your understanding. In all your ways acknowledge God, and He will make the path straight. I pray that God will grant you the desires of your heart. The thing is, when God made Adam and all other animals in the garden, the last thing He made was a woman. When Adam fell into a deep sleep, the Lord removed a rib from him and formed a woman. When he woke up, he did not need a prophet to tell him that this is the bone of his bone and the flesh of his flesh. At that very time, he knew that it was prepared for him. This is the same way that we can get to know that we have found our partner. Something in you just clicks to that person deep down. You may not be able to explain, and others may not even understand it, but you know deep down that the person you met is certainly your life partner. Looks can indeed be deceitful, and all that glitters aren't diamond, but don't be deceived. Once you see the person, you will know. It may not be immediately, but you will get to know in the long run that he or she is your life partner. Some know at that very instance, but for others, they get to know gradually as they know the person. So do not work yourself out trying to get a first-time connection, or rather fall in love at the first instance. The plans God has for you are of good and not of evil, to bring you to an expected end. You do not expect that God will be hiding the plans of your life from you. It's not possible. When you are kind enough, you will hear and you will understand what God is telling you. The Bible said, "Once has God spoken, but twice have you heard." God speaks to us day in and day out. The only problem is your focus is on different things. When you focus on God, you will hear what He is telling you. The truth is, trying to find something on your own can be challenging. Even the Bible says, "By strength shall not prevail." This is true, because if you allow what you see to determine who your life partner is, you might end up in trouble. Now, regardless of whether you're on board with this idea that there is just one single person out there among the 7.6 billion people on Earth that you're destined to spend the rest of your life with, the fact remains that some people are just better suited to each other. This is exactly true. There is someone suited best for you. The only thing that remains is for you to find out the person who is best suited for you.